Greetings, friends and strangers. Gonna be filming a motovlog today. Also, this knife here, I made this for a friend of mine. It's a tool steel, forged it. It's got a pinned end on there. That's what's keeping all this wood. That's a hickory from an old axe handle, some oak, hickory, oak, then a little brass washer, and the end of the tang you just hammer it down. Anyways, enough about the knife. That's something I'm giving to a friend of mine. All right, I have the knife stowed safely away. All right. Whew, this thing needs some choke today, which is no surprise because it is, I think, 42 degrees out. There we go. All right, it's running now. Oh yeah, I got my Red Bull can in my cup holder there. It's a pretty tight fit. Well, I put some foam in there to keep it still. It's probably going to be slowly losing some juice as I go, but whatever, you know. That's the drink for me, and then my gas tank here, which got a clear panel there, but enough about that. Let's take the choke off and see if it still runs, I suppose. Oh yeah, that's running just fine, I think. Oh. Need to sneak around all these other vehicles. Oh. That's my other motorcycle right there. It's a 1980 Honda CB400, which is also not exactly stock. And it also looks awful, just like this thing. But yeah, that was my first bike. This is my second bike, and I only have two bikes, so those are my bikes, eh? So the Honda, oh, I love that thing. It's originally had a CB400, which would be a 400cc engine. Now it has a CB450 engine in it, which it has a little more power, of course, but also it has an extra gear. The original bike was a 5-speed with a kickstart, but the 450, that's a 6-speed gearbox with no kickstart, because where that kickstart used to be, I suppose, is where the new gear is. So that's always fun. Although it would be nice to have a kickstart. You know, kickstarts are cool. Definitely cool. I will definitely have to show you guys my Honda sometime. If I do any touring, which actually this channel, what I want it to be is me doing a lot of moto camping and stuff like that. Probably mostly on my Honda, because this bike does not have much in the way of luggage. It's got like a Street Fighter tail on it, sorta. It has a huge gas tank though, so I wouldn't need to stop for gas, but I would not be able to carry a tent or anything. Although usually when I go camping, I don't bring a tent. I usually just have a waterproof sleeping bag, one of those old military surplus ones. Because tents, I mean, I used to be in the Boy Scouts and all this stuff, and I go camping with my family, and you know, and that's great fun. But you know, tents, I don't want to have to set them up. You know, that's like 10 minutes. You know, that I could be doing something else. I'm lazy when I'm camping. You know, like I mean, not totally lazy, right? Like I might go hiking and all that. Oh man, it's starting to rain a little bit. Let me clean up my lens here. It's starting to rain a little bit. What was I saying? Yeah, I like to be lazy when I'm camping. So with my waterproof sleeping bag, or bivy sack as they're called, I can just, like, you know, take it out of the stuff sack, slap it on the ground, and I'm good to go. You know, that's like not even a minute. You know, I just pull it off my bike and throw it on the floor, and I'm good to go. I'm gonna try and take you guys to the old train tracks. just a little bit of gravel tucked away. Technically it's a park, but there's nothing there. There's no signs either. It's just like a park that was never developed. There were plans to develop it years ago, but they never got around to doing anything, which is great by me, because I always love having a little patch of gravel and take pictures of my bikes there and all that. And maybe do a little bit of gravel for test riding, but not a whole lot, because there's not much gravel. It's like, I don't know, like maybe 200 feet, but you know, even so. Like I was saying earlier, I wanted this channel to have a lot of moto camping and stuff like that. So that's what I love doing. Uh-oh, my bike's dying. My bike is dying. Let's go see what's going on here. There's one problem this bike still has, and that's the fuel system. Doesn't always get enough fuel, and then it just sort of sits there lagging around. Luckily, I found a good place to stop. Sort of. Not a great place, but you know, not the worst. Oh yeah, let's go see if we can get some fuel in there. That did it. I don't know why it does that. It's kind of annoying. Not a huge problem. As you can see, got it started easy. Turn the choke back off. Definitely got to solve that problem. I really ought to be riding my Honda, because it doesn't do that. It has more than enough fuel, but it doesn't always get that fuel for some reason, and I don't know why. When I shake it around, I mean, yeah, I don't know. If you know what's up with that, feel free to tell me. And it's not like I just needed to turn it into reserve. That's not the problem. I mean, the carburetor is, I mean, it runs great. Well, usually, except when it dies. But it didn't die because it's tuned badly. It died because it's not getting fuel, which I don't know why it does that. Alright, I'm gonna go sneak to the old railroad tracks here. Hoo-hoo-hoo. My secret park here. Ooh, good old bumpy stuff. I'm gonna let you guys see what my bike looks like, eh? Give you all a good look at it. Okay. There she is. As you can see, it's pretty funny looking. It's got this gas tank from a Fat Bob, like I was saying earlier. Originally there would be a fuel pump inside here, so this hatch would be so the fuel pump can like latch into some stuff on the inside of the tank. But my bike's carbureted, like I said. There's my petcock. Yeah, I don't know why it ran out of fuel. Whatever. I'll definitely have to figure that out. Maybe it's getting clogged or something, I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I got this crazy exhaust that I made. Whew. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I welded this exhaust with the stick welded exhaust, which I think I did pretty good for, you know, using a stick wielding. But yeah, and my cup holder there, oh yeah, love it. And this huge wheel, oh my god. I love it. Yeah, it's got a huge wheel from a way bigger bike there, and a sport bike shock and all that from various different bikes. Front wheel stock. If I stand back, let you guys get a better look at it. It's got a really big rear wheel and a smaller front wheel. I really do like the stance that it has. It's pretty awesome, I think. It's not the best by any means, in any way. It's clearly not the most reliable since it died once on the 5-minute ride over here. But, you know, yeah. It works alright though, other than that. But I don't know what is with that. Like, man. I'll have to figure that out, but, you know, we'll see. But, yeah. Oh, and the oil is in the frame, which is kind of cool. That's stock on Buell Blasts. I ain't gonna do that much work on a bike. Well, actually, I guess I kind of would, but you know, I haven't yet. Although this swing arm came from a bike that had oil in the swing arm. If you look down there, that is an oil fill cap. And then there would be one of the outlets. There's another one over there. But, I mean, I already got the oil in the frame. I don't need to mess around too much with that. I do need to clean up a lot of the welds on the tail section. I mean, it's structurally pretty darn good. I can lift the whole bike up. Actually, this is kind of funny. This bike, since it's, you know, pretty lightweight, you can actually pick it up. Oh, hold on, I was on the center stand there. Whatever, I'm not going to show you. It wouldn't show up very well on camera. But I could actually pick up, like, one of the wheels. I can't pick up the whole thing because it ain't that lightweight. It's not a bicycle. But for a motorcycle, you know, like, if I'm hanging around in the garage and need to move stuff around, I mean, I can just, like, I can just physically pick up the rear wheel, walk around and set it back down. So, I think that's pretty awesome. Let's get this thing back on the road. There's first gear. Oh, it just made a funny sound. I don't know what that was. Probably the clutch being funny because it's got a Harley clutch, eh? And a Harley transmission. This thing is basically a single-cylinder Sportster, which means it has all the advantages and disadvantages of a Sportster. Maybe not all of them. It doesn't look as cool, but you know. But it's got lots of parts availability. I've heard people say that, oh, you shouldn't buy a Buell or whatever because you can't get replacement parts for them. But that's not true at all. You can actually get lots of replacement parts for them because they use the same parts as a Sportster. And there are lots of Sportsters around. Whew. Man, that light was taking forever. My leg is getting hot. The exhaust on this bike, I routed it around the cylinder between where the airbox used to be. So it starts on the right side, wraps around, and then comes out on the left, which looks great, but it's awful close to my leg when I have my left foot down. So that's not exactly fun. Alright, I'm gonna go deliver this knife now. Alright, I've got my knife delivered. Good to go there. I'm gonna be driving home now. Or riding home, I suppose I should say. Yeah. I'll try to make some more videos. Hopefully the quality will go up. For all I know, my lens is completely covered in water droplets right now. But maybe not. You know, who knows? Alright, I'm now coming to you guys from my back porch. I've been thinking about that carburetor. Oh, actually, first on the friendly stray cat over here. Hey, come here, Smokey. Oh yeah, look at this guy. Well, he's not the neighborhood stray cat. He's definitely ours. We have adopted him, and he lives on our porch, and he's extremely friendly. Isn't that right, bud? Anywho, yeah. So I've been thinking about the problem where my bike died. Probably the float bowl valve is adjusted badly. So the float bowl is a part of the carburetor that fills with gas, and then as air gets sucked in through the carburetor, the gas in the float bowl gets mixed with it and then goes into the engine. So the float bowl, the reason it's called a float bowl is because there's a float in it, which stops fuel from filling the carburetor. So what you want is you want the fuel to go into the bowl, and then when it gets full, you want the fuel to stop flowing in, because otherwise it would just overflow and you'd get fuel everywhere. So there's this valve that floats, and as the fuel level goes up, the valve closes the hole that the inlet or whatever, and that way, you know, it doesn't overflow. I'm guessing that it's adjusted badly so that it actually closes when the float bowl isn't full. So it's closing early, and then I'm running out of fuel, or the fuel level's getting too low for the bike to continue running. And then I can shake the bike and it'll start working, which I think makes a lot of sense. Anywho, please like and subscribe and leave me a mean comment about how ugly my bike is. I would greatly appreciate it.